bigger, and that's more technically a correct photograph, but you have to decide what you kind of like. My favourite green. Well, these, yeah, obviously, I got to shoot grip and grins because the magazines want them. Anything nice. My favourite grip and grin is always the release shot, and it doesn't always work. This is near me at home. They're always luck release shots. You know, I can be with an angler and say, look, Mark, is there any chance you can kneel down? Firstly, what every angler does is, can you release a fish? They release it and they move, and you've lost a shot because the fish could be swimming away and they're blurred. So say, right, guys, can you stay down and just stay there? So, you know, when sometimes you push a bass that way and it shoots off that way. So you can't. So 6 times out of 10, they're never going to work. And then here we've got a load of foam, which I can't stop it. So if the bass swims underneath there, I haven't got the shot. And it's kind of it's a sort of photograph. I'm shooting for myself. I'm shooting because I can't not. I don't, you know, I want to, I've got to feed to myself, my creative side. In commercial terms, to me, selling it doesn't mean a huge amount. But to me, it says what I want to say about, you know, we've had a huge amount of fun catching it. It swims off strong as you like. That's my favourite kind of fish plus angler shot. Oh, this is about your angles. So you must tell me because I could go on for a thing. You must tell me to stop, please. Right, this was I was talking about up, down, don't. You know, I say it's my wife, bless her. She's a talented girl. She cannot take photographs of fish. And she takes lots of photographs of the kids with her phone, and they're all rubbish. And I would tell her that, so honestly, she would... No, they are rubbish, because they're all just taken like this. I say, sweetheart, just
hold the kids out in front.
But I do say to her, sweetheart, okay, just... don't take it there. Try something different, but it doesn't get it. So just, you know, be in a rush when the light goes off, but also think. So again, this is just, look, it's really simple. This was earlier this year. I think we're blanking. But I think from my level, if I shoot there, I've just lost impact. If the sky is looking really, really nice, okay? So I've got loads of different ways of shooting it. So I lie down. Even you've got flip-out screens these days. You can go with your camera. Lie down. You know, I've got loads of my shots of my kids here, lying down, shooting them skateboard or doing whatever they do. Just try something different. Lie down, but accentuate. You know, I am a sucker for nice skies. And then I like guys casting, and I'm silhouetting again. I call it holding the exposure, because obviously I want the angler is my focal point of the shot. He's pin sharp. But the sky to me is the thing that really, really floats my boat. And don't always, as well, stand there and put said person in the middle of the frame. Just shift things off centre. Just try and, so you just move, I've got a rock to the left, him to the right slightly. Just move things around to hold your eye. And try it, just occasionally, people look at you, I've done it on the video, they think you're weird. But lie down and just try something a bit different.
Henry, on that, you can sort of use like the sets of 9, but like the noughts and crosses.
Yeah, they talk about those rule of thirds, yeah. But with fishing, break it all the time. Oh yeah, okay. So lying down or look around, get up high. Okay, stand on a rock or go for a yomp up a cliff, like that kind of thing. Just a really, really simple photograph. But I like environment. I like, you know. I suppose we're all biased here. We all think fishing looks pretty cool. You know, I want to make the environment and the angler look impressive. I want your person to just go, oh, geez, fishing looks cool, eh? I'll give it a go. And you know, down low it's a perfectly nice shot, but okay, it takes me 5 minutes to scrabble up the cliffs, and then just try and put him or her in that environment. Let the environment speak. But you know, as a landscape photograph, it's kind of it's pants. You know, there's nothing massively creative about it or nothing massively smart about it. But for me, it just works from a fishing point of view because I've got angler, and also thinking, God, geez, looks nice for fishing, eh? Got a bit of rip here, and a bit of kind of reef there, and I've got a rock. Oh, it's trying to say a lot in many different ways, if that makes sense. In a magazine, if I sell the shot to a magazine, I can capture it in many different ways. I can say a lot. Then from a creative point of view, it just gives me that kind of rough and tumble and, geez, I want to fish there, that kind of thing. You must tell me when, okay?
5 more minutes.
This is my potential ball ache the last few years is night fishing. Look, it's changing my bass fishing, and it's really changed my bass fishing, but it breaks me creatively because you're dead. You know, from a photography point of view, you have got angler plus fish with a heap load of flash, which is horrible, but you have to do it because you've got to show the fish off. But you know, in a pitch black, what can you do? You know, if you chuck a heap load of flash all night long, you scare the fish away anyway. But it's just, I'm doing more and more night fishing, I'm getting more and more fish doing it, but it's increasingly breaking me from a creative point of view, and I don't know what to do about it. So I just try something simple like that. Just to, from my point of view, I've got to think, let's say about a magazine article or whatever, I've got to think, what can I, if I'm going to write an article about night fishing, what do I do? Well, I can't give them 10 shots of guys who fish at night because it's boring. They're only going to publish one anyway. So I'm just trying to, so that's not yet dark, but it's nearly dark. Just really simple, just trying to say, it's nearly dark, it's nearly night fishing, this kind of thing we're doing. Just trying to a modicum of creativity and, you know, realising that I've made peace with myself that I'm not going to, you know, fulfil my creative side at night, so I just fish instead. And
Technology, as technology moves on, could that help you? Maybe
oh yeah, no, I'm sure you could you can shoot massively high ISOs and try something, but you've got so little light to work with.
Do you bring a tripod?
I do carry a tripod sometimes, yeah, but again, it's asking the angler to stand still for 2 minutes.
Do you bracket your exposures?
Anakin.
Do you bracket your exposures?
I can try master stuff, of course I can try master stuff. But still, you don't, what's dark to you is even darker to the camera. So I sort of, look, I'll keep trying at it, but I kind of just, I'll just fish instead.
There is a bit of advice on like the bland pictures that you're talking about. And the bit of advice is think about your background, because we don't want to give marks away.
Yeah.
And if you get your angle, because the angle of the angler and the fish doesn't matter
Yeah.
when you've just taken one of the bland shots, think about your background.
Yeah, I mean, that could be anything.
But lights on shores,
Yes.
I see all sorts of people giving their marks away. Just
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I hadn't.
And it's an element for anglers to think about if they don't want to give their marks away.
Yeah, well, you'll see. Oh, way back. Sorry, the load of photographs at night. You know, again, I'll tend to photograph down at night just to hide anything. I don't know. Oh yeah. So this. Sorry, Steve. It's not your fault, but this is about my creative limit at night. Because a nice fish, the angler's wearing kind of, you know, a good bit of bright clothing, and he's grinning like an idiot. It's not his fault. Nice fish, you know, I'm going to try and get something, and then kind of make it up later on with other photographs. But that's about, at the moment, that's about the level of my creative ability at night, is just chuck a heap of flash in. Okay, I know what I'm doing with the flash, but chuck it in. But again, it's quite hard at night.
You can burn them out.
Oh, I burn them out massively, yeah. And also to try and cut that fish out from the darkness without blowing him out. Because I can chuck double the amount of flash in, but bass are lovely. You know, they're massively highly reflective. If I put too much flash in, and I get even greater separation from the angler to the background, then I blow that flank out. It loses all detail, loses all highlights. So I'm trying to mix it up here between holding the fish as nice and silver, getting his little grin in, and it helps again. Okay, the black hat doesn't help massively. There's no planning involved, but a red hat would have cut his head out better. The green there is good because it gives you a cut out there, and a bit of red here. You see the dark green, the black. It's kind of a trade-off between what you can and can't do, and trying to get something.
You kind of seem quite hard in yourself. If we did a straw poll here, I love that photo. I mean, what about the other guys?
Oh, I like.
I know for you, because you're instantly green, I can feel your passion for me, and I love that. in a guidance profession, you're never good enough. But seeing that as not even an amateur photographer, but as a fisherman and relating that picture, that floats my boat. I'd say that was a great photo.
It's got the tail in as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got the tail in.
That's really kind. Well, I am hard on
It's not
myself.
kind. No, you can't. I'm just trying to how I perceive that photo. I don't know how you
See
see it.
myself.
That's not nothing to do with it.
Look, I am. I just.
I'm an extremist when I'm in a photo. I mean, I'm normally underneath the water. But, to me, that is so true to what reality. The fact you can't see his hat, that enhances it for me. Rather than,
Well, yeah, but I'm just thinking of purely a technical point of view. I know what would work better, but I've also accepted a long time ago in fishing that you can't control it. Firstly, because we're fishing together, I can't say Steve in the morning, "Oh, Steve, hey, would you mind wearing a pink hat?" With a bright green. Well, no, that's the whole crux of fishing photography is basically, to me, is nailing what you can get while accepting that you can't shoot a lot. You can't always do what you want. You deal with nature. Okay. I will stop. You must tell me to stop, please. This is just one. I'll do one last photograph. What we call bald skies. You've only got big, massive blue skies that don't actually do very much. In the tropics, it's fine because your sand flats light up quite yellow. That's fine. But when we're here, you kind of think. Sometimes you go out and think, "Oh yeah, this is going to be great." And bald skies actually give you no definition. If you have a perfectly blue sky, you lose focus. You lose your eye line. There's nothing to look at. So when I get big, kind of bald skies, I call them, I'll polarize them. Put a polarizing filter on, but I'm looking for something to add impact to the picture. And I always like it when anglers stand really close to the water and the swell is pumping. And again, I get people, man, it's dangerous. You should wear flotation devices. I frankly couldn't care because we're grown-ups, we do what we want. So it was a bouncy day. I put him deliberately, because I'm thinking again, let's think about a page in a book or a magazine article. I can put text, well, the text can be put down here, but I'm thinking about impact as well. That to me, as much as the angler is the focal point of the image, with the guys fishing, that to me is the best part of it. So I want to make that breathe. I put him in the middle of it. If I come over here, to me I've lost that impact. I've got bald skies, so creatively I'm not so kind of happy, but okay. That's what I want, that kind of crashing white water, and I want to just put a bit of impact into it, and then put the angler kind of there. I will stop. Sorry.
We could go on all afternoon.
No, I've got a bit more, but yeah, I'm happy.
Are you happy?
Sorry, yes.
You said that you now prefer sort of shooting a wide lens. Do you sort of compensate by kind of getting closer up to what you're taking if you're using a wide lens?
Yeah, no, I'm happiest shooting wide. I get most fulfillment, I think. But the difficulty with the wide lens, yeah, you want to. Again, lots of photographers, you see people standing, they never move. That. You can often you can do that. With a wide lens, the problem with the wide lens is you can get too wide, and there's nothing of interest in the foreground. I can shoot massive wide shots, but you need something to lead your eye in. Look for the rock formations, or a current line, or a cloud formation like that. Just come in and look for an excuse to pull your eye into a wide shot, because wide shots are quite hard to pull off unless you give the eye a reason to come in.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We've just had an hour from this guy, wonderful photographer, passionate about his fishing, loves our bass. Put your hands together for him.